Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
You're listening to KEMPIRE here on the KEMPIRE Radio Network.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Monday, a special evening live. Look, I go live a lot of times on Instagram. I haven't gone live on Instagram in a hot second. I should go live. Bossy says, OMG, I am too old for this. I'm about to go to sleep. Me too. I won't be here long. This is a casual live. I usually do my casual lives on TikTok, but I did go live on TikTok earlier today while I was cooking in the kitchen and chit-chatting and talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, talking about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Tomorrow I'll do Tuesday Takeover and I'll talk more about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. But this is a very free-for-all casual live for us to talk about some things maybe we wouldn't have had a chance to talk about before. Earlier today, we found out that music icon and record executive Clive Davis passed away at 94 years old. The cause of death, old? I'm just saying, 94. But there is no cause of death that was revealed. He's been sickly for a long time. It was just in the news that he had been hospitalized again, but apparently he passed away at home. As you know, Clive Davis was behind legendary artists like Aretha Franklin, Janis Joplin, Bruce Springsteen, most notably Whitney Houston, and a lot of other up-and-coming executives in the music business, including Diddy. But you can't deny the music that was created. Yes, there's been a lot of darkness, and there will be a day where Clive Davis's day will come when it comes to his participation in some of that darkness. But you can't deny the music that came from under his tutelage. You know what I mean? Well, Miss Esquire says cause of death is karma. At 94? 94? I don't know if that's karma. You know what I mean? You lived a long life. A long life. All right, exactly. Mookie says, what? A nightcap. Let me make me a cocktail. Well, I made me some tea. For those that follow me on TikTok, I used to do my evening lives and I would make some tea. I haven't made tea in a long time, but I made some tonight. Take a sip, grab a snack, and if you're watching the replay of this, that's fine. We're also live on Twitch as well, so you can watch us in multiple places. Wendy says, Kemp, hurry up. It's 2:30 a.m. in England, and I have work in the morning. My license is covered with the blood of Jesus before I give patient wrong diagnosis and injection. Well, Wendy, you can watch us tomorrow. This is a casual live. I will talk about some different hot topics, but, okay, Clive Davis is dead at 94. There you go. Lisa Hochstein from the Real Housewives of Miami, she's been cleared. Okay, she's been well, I don't know if she's been cleared, but the charges have been dropped. I figured that they would be. I'm glad that they are. Maybe because they didn't have enough evidence. I don't know. The evidence seemed pretty damning to me, but I'm glad. Nobody wants to see Lisa in jail, right? Lisa Hochstein does not need to be in jail. So, according to our friends over at Reality Blurb, this is supposed to be a casual live too, and I don't normally do this on TikTok, but every time I come on YouTube, I feel I need to be I have to give you stories and things like that. But I'll take my time. Yes, my friend gave me this from South Korea. This mug. This is a Starbucks mug. I used to collect them. I don't collect them anymore because Starbucks. Wendy says, I have missed you. We must be on different schedules, Wendy, because you're in England. But yeah, happy Monday, guys. What have you guys been up to? What have you been up to? I mean, what's been going on in your world? Are you guys been watching the World Cup? I feel like that's keeping people busy and whatnot. Shout out to those of you that have liked the video. Keep liking the video. Share the live because this is a casual live. The algorithm is probably not going to push this one out because I didn't really give it a title. But it's okay. The real ones are here. That's all that matters, right? Hey, Kemp, I'm watching you in stereo live and a filmed show. Wait, Renee, you're watching me in stereo and a live show? Wait, and a filmed show? What? I don't understand. Explain. Rahina, where you been? Rahina says, yeah, missed you, Kempire. Oh, wait, you sent a super chat too, Rahina. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you to everyone that's liked the video. I saw someone accidentally disliked. That's okay. I won't call you out. I don't even know who disliked. I'm just saying. Rahina, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, Rahina, let me shimmy and twerk. 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 Thank you for the $50. You guys are really throwing the $50 at me today. Rahina says, Kempire, miss you. I'm always watching and coming to your show. I know there's certain people that will always be there. I don't take that for granted, but I kind of figured that Rahina, are you going to bring the husband this time or your doppelganger sister? Because I was like, I looked into the audience in March when Rahina came to the show and I said, Rahina? But it was her sister. They look so much alike and they're not even twins, right, Rahina? Y'all not twins? Okay. Rahina says, Kempire, miss you. I'm always watching and coming to your show. Missed a lot of live. I think I would have sent out the search party if it gone on a few more weeks. Because there's certain people that I always see and I'm like, haven't seen them in a hot second. Like, you know, when Miss Bernice goes missing for a little bit, we're like, haven't seen Miss Bernice in a minute. She hasn't called in a minute. You know, there have been people that have been a part of this community. Even if you haven't been a part of the community long, if you're in the chat all the time, it stands out to us when you guys aren't here. Yeah, twerking. Look at me twerking. I did, Kendra, see Portia's freestyle. I'd play it for you guys, but we can't because then they'll copyright us. But I did see that. Shout out to Portia and the Bravo PR machine, because they are pushing their weight behind Portia. I'm just gonna call it out, and I'm not saying that Portia doesn't deserve it, but they are pushing all of their weight behind Portia. So don't be surprised. You're going to see more and more things with Portia at all these different levels, okay? Oh, Rahina says, maybe the hubby, he felt left out. I have a twin brother. Oh, you have a twin brother, Rahina? Who? I didn't even know you were a twin. Rahina says, and an older sister. I didn't know you had a twin brother. Your husband was so good the last time. I love it when the heteros come. The hetero men come through, and he was like really cool because I made him a part of the show. He was a good time. That's a good one. You keep that one, okay? But Rahina's been to multiple shows. Rahina, have you been to all the shows? I know you've been to multiple shows. I know NYC DNP has been to multiple shows. A lot of you have been to multiple shows. But yes, guys, shameless plug. Not here really just to plug anything, but we do have our live show happening September 25th here in New York City. I know it feels like a long ways away. But I'm telling you guys, if we sell out this show, we could add another show. We could do a twofer. Okay. Exactly. Lakia says Portia's being pushed to the front of the line. And here's the thing. This is what they do behind the scenes. They play these games. And okay, let me just say this because some people will get mad with the realness I'm about to give. But I'm not going to stop giving you the realness, okay? Hey, Chrissy. Behind the scenes, and I've talked about this before, Bravo plays these games. They're never going to admit to playing these games, and these housewives don't even know that they're playing these games. I've actually talked with housewives and warned certain housewives. I know right now they're lifting you up, but please understand. Hey, Foxy. Yeah, we're live. Please understand, they're trying to even when they're not with the cameras on, they're producing conflict. We see it on Watch What Happens Live. We see it on these shows. They're producing conflict amongst the other women. Very much like how they're propping up Portia. Please understand, these other ladies over there at Real Housewives of Atlanta and other housewife shows, please understand, they are feeling a way about it. And the people that you think are friends on these shows aren't really friends. Can we talk? And we will. Hey, Janelle. And we will. September 25th, Kempire After Dark, live here in New York City at the Green Room 42. Get your tickets today. Shout out to our Kings Guards that are in the building. They hold us down. Foxy, when do you sleep? If I go live, Foxy's here. Shout out to Foxy. Okay? So just keep that in mind, y'all. Just keep that in mind in regards to, and we could talk more about it. You can ask your questions and things like that in the live chat. But if you're just joining us, this is not an official live. This is a very casual live. But I do it all the time on TikTok. It's more casual probably on TikTok because I don't really have stories lined up. I just talk to you guys in the chat. Exactly, Kathy. Fake friends. There are people that you think are friends. And the thing is, being in the position that I'm in, and when you're quiet and you don't say a lot and you don't pick sides, you don't get into the mess, you're just listening. Listening will get you further in life than always talking, always yapping. I hear things and I'm like, oh, that's how you feel about her? But, oh, okay. Just say, sometimes you got to be still, all right? I'm drinking my tea, y'all, while I spill some tea. Lil D says, change your shirt. Why change my shirt? Why do I have to change my shirt? You're going to see a variety of different shirts here on the channel. If you were on my TikTok earlier today, I showed the t-shirts, not t-shirts, the jerseys that I've gotten. Let me see what you guys are saying. Angel says we be cutting up on TikTok. We really do. It's just, again, I try to give you guys a different experience on multiple different platforms. But back to what I was saying before we started delving into the Portia of it all. And Miss 24E says Portia and Phaedra aren't friends. Were they ever really friends? Did you guys really believe the frickin' frack of it all? We already saw through that because they hadn't seen each other in a hot second when they reunited on the show. They probably just see each other in Atlanta every once in a blue. Those two aren't tight friends, please. And I'm sure Phaedra might feel a way about how they're propping up Portia. But they'll never admit it, y'all. They'll never admit it. Lisa Hochstein from Real Housewives of Miami. We need this show back. I definitely think Miami's going to come back, and I think they will figure it out when there's a lull in Housewives, but it's not coming back this year. Clearly, it's not coming back this year. So Real Housewives of Miami star, according to our friends over Reality Blurb, star Lisa Hochstein and her attorney, Jane Weintraub, exclusively spoke to Reality Blurb in the wake of the news that the felony charge against Lisa for allegedly spying on her ex, Lenny, was dropped. Specifically, Lisa, who's 43, was accused of spying on Lenny, who's 60. Oh, God. While the pair were going through their bitter divorce. TMZ obtained legal documents that detail the counselor for Miami-Dade County's advocate program, a pretrial diversion program, told prosecutors that Lisa had finished all the requirements for the program she had entered connected to the felony communications interception charge. Due to this, the counselor requested that the case be dismissed. Today, in open court, the state declared the charges were dropped. When speaking to Reality Blurb after the news broke, Lisa shared the Miami Beach Police Department declined this case more than 3 years ago. Yet, the legal attacks continued at tremendous emotional and financial cost to me and ultimately to our children. Oh, I didn't realize that. So this is what Lisa's saying in her statement, that the Miami Beach Police Department declined the case more than 3 years ago. But her ex was trying to have them continue to pursue it, I'm assuming. She says, I'm tired of seeing the legal system used as a weapon in an attempt to hurt me. She added, I'm grateful this chapter is finally behind me and I'm focused on moving forward. So in her exclusive statement, told Reality Blurb these charges never should have been brought. The Miami Beach Police Department declined to file the charges 3 years ago while these allegations were first made, she reiterated. We are pleased that the charges were dismissed and we can move forward with our lives. Okay? A report from April 1st on Local 10 News confirmed that the court documents were filed against Lisa and her ex, Jody Glendon, on March 19th in regard to incidents that took place between March 12th and March 31st, 2023. Lisa and Jody unlawfully and intentionally tried to have someone else intercept oral statements by Leonard Hochstein and those Leonard Hochstein spoke with, they allege. Back in May of 2023, Lisa was accused of planting a listening device on Lenny's vehicle which she denied. A report from Page 6 at the time revealed that Lenny had alleged that Lisa had placed at least one listening device in the car to access and monitor his private, non-public communications involving this litigation. All right. Although there's been a slew of drama surrounding Real Housewives of Miami women, the show currently is on pause ahead of its 8th season, which is so crazy to me because they really had, for a comeback show after being off the air for many years, they've had a solid 4 seasons. I can't say that for some of these other cities. Like the last season of Beverly Hills it's not even close to what Miami has brought in the last 4 seasons. Okay. Here go Mr. Melon and Magic spreading fake news. Kempire, they're saying that Miss Netta is a friend of for Potomac next season. Is Miss Netta even in Potomac? Where does Miss Netta live? Okay. Latar, what about Jody? Jody, it's also dropped for Jody as well, these charges. Can I take a bite of this bread? Hold on, y'all. This is what we be doing. Look, this is what we do when I do my casual lives. Can I take a bite? I'm sipping my tea. I'm eating a little slice of bread with butter. Real West Indian. Where does Miss Netta live? Does anyone know? I have no idea. I'm not that invested in her life. It's her, right? Shut up. Oh, they live in Alabama. Okay, thank you, Allie, because I know some of y'all watch. They live in Alabama. I'd be in her lives. Okay. What part of Alabama? Anywhere near Huntsville? Maybe she'll be on the next season of Huntsville. You know Carlos. All right. Hey, Easter. Alabama. What part of Alabama? Singer GSC to the hood. You know what? Did you take a pic of your bread? Why would I take a picture of my bread? Why would I take a picture? That's an interesting question. Did I say I was going to take a picture of my bread? Look. French vanilla cake with salted caramel icing. Okay, Lakia. You guys have snacking over there. All right, I won't chew in your ear, though. Wait, Sylacauga, Alabama. Where is that? What is that near? Sylacauga, Alabama? Wait. P-Dub, I didn't delete any comments. What comment? Where? Where did you comment this? P-Dub says, I think you deleted my comment about Bronwyn. Sorry, I didn't know it was against your guideline. P-Dub, I don't know what comment you're talking about. We talked about Bronwyn during my TikTok live in regards to she's getting a new show where she's going in luxurious closets, which I'm all about. I'm ready for it. Netta lives in a trailer park based on what she says. Wow. How did she become famous? I don't know. And the fact that we're even talking about her, I've never watched her live. I've only seen clips. And I've only seen what the blogs have posted. Okay. Nails by Dia says it's about 30 minutes from Birmingham. Well, now I know where Birmingham is. Okay. Let me see. Thank you so much, Jackie, for the super chat. Jackie, let me shimmy. She sent $20. Let me shimmy for the $20. Vacationing in Hawaii and catching Kempire live. Life is amazing. Well, I am happy for you, Jackie. I've never been to Hawaii. Hope you have a fabulous vacation. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Okay. All right, so that's the update on Lisa Hochstein. Lisa Hochstein, the charges against her for wiretapping something, her husband, has been dropped. Her ex-husband, I should say. Oh, yeah. When, Andrea, I meant to, because this came out over the weekend that Serena Williams is going to be playing in Wimbledon. Singles. Because so far, since her return out of retirement, it's all been doubles. So this will be her returning. They said it was because due to the wild card. She'll be coming in as a wild card. I have to see that. Because now she's a woman of a certain age. She's already won so many different things. She's been retired for a couple of years, and now she's back out there. She looks better than ever. I actually want to see it. Okay. Hold on. Now, P-Dub, why would I delete this comment? P-Dub says, Kempire, Bronwyn stole the idea from a young black TikToker from New York. The Closet Show? Really? Is there a TikTok about it? Can someone send it to me? That's crazy. Can someone DM it to me right now on Instagram? Really? Hey, Ski Ace, what's going on? I didn't know that. Why would I delete your comment? Where did you post this comment? I love how you guys think that I don't delete comments. Unless I've actually gone back and I was trying to reply to comments and someone posted something crazy negative. I don't have time. I have too many platforms. I have way too many comments to be going through comments. Mods might go through comments, see something that's incredibly negative and delete it. But for the most part, they know the rules around here. I don't, Demian, in regards to Love Island. I do see some of the news in regards to it. I see there's a gay love affair happening. No, not really. That's what the people are insinuating. Okay. I didn't know that Serena Williams speaks fluent French. I'm not surprised. She is the GOAT. So, greatness just continues to have great things about them. You know what I mean? Here goes Shonda. Shonda says, Kempire, get a Hawaii trip planned for the fans. Why are people telling me what to do today? Be Ready says, I think this is a reinvention for Serena. She's a lot smaller. She's going to destroy that court. Ooh. When is Wimbledon? When is that? I know the U.S. Open happens in August. I usually don't go just because it's usually hot. It's usually disgustingly hot. Singer DST says, I've seen her practice and I was amazed. When I went to the U.S. Open, she wasn't playing that day. I went. It was Naomi Osaka playing. I saw her outfit for Wimbledon. She looked great. Auntie Eva, we're not accusing you. We're not accusing. It could have just been. It could have been also filtered by YouTube or wherever you posted it. Sometimes these platforms filter comments depending on what you say, and sometimes it doesn't make rhyme or reason. We're not coming after anybody. Nobody's in trouble. Okay, everybody calm down. Calm down. Nicole says, July, I'm a tennis player. Okay. I would like to pick up tennis. I always see people playing tennis in the local parks, and I was like, I would like to. I have a tennis racket too, but I don't know. Look, I don't know. It's not that I wouldn't do it, but Miss Melanie Magic said, child, they gay on there. Not gay. You see what Portia, the influence of Portia, gay. Happy birthday to Portia. Today's her birthday. Shout out to all the Cancer celebrating a birthday. Gay. Just don't tell them to Jocelyn. Where you were here earlier, Jocelyn. Where was it Makai or somebody? Somebody, Mikkel, I forgot what their name was, told me to hush. I was like, excuse you? Excuse y'all. All right. Thank you guys so much for over 100 likes. This is a casual live, just a casual live, us catching up. Exactly. Kemp going to do tennis on a business trip with a billionaire. You're right. Let me take another bite from this hard bed. I was hungry, y'all. I did have my dinner, though. For those of you that were watching me on TikTok, I did have my dinner. But that was a couple hours ago. Okay. All right. What else did I want to talk about? So Lisa's out of jail. Good for her. Teresa has a new book coming out, y'all. The Queen of New Jersey. It's a memoir. I mean, a lot of things have happened since her last book. She got out of jail, right? She wrote a book right after that. Percy said the Jamaican came out of it. Yeah. Let me take a sip of my tea. Angel, you're a Cancer rising too, like me? I've been finding a lot of videos on TikTok about Cancer rising and how talking more about your personality as a Cancer rising. Be ready. I made stewed chicken with rice and mixed vegetables. That's what I had for dinner. It was good too. Hit the spot. Miss Carla says, did you watch The Polygamist? Miss Carla, are you asking because someone told me that earlier to watch it, or are you asking because someone told me a few days ago? Because technically, if you're basing this off of someone telling me earlier, when would I have had time? I mean, if I wasn't here, I could be watching it right now. Shondelin said, Sean, that's how you pronounce it. Shondelin, right? Says, whew, I would never you. I'm not. Y'all saw. Tyrese, you're a Cancer rising too? Rahina's a Scorpio rising. Where the Cancer risings at? It's interesting what it says about you and your personality. What did Janelle say? Hold on, Janelle says something. Janelle says, I saw Serena the first round at the U.S. Open years ago. I don't remember much because a bunch of the teens just kept taking selfies in my view and talking super loud about Game of Thrones. I was so... mind you, I'm literally watching Game of Thrones right now. I'm rewatching it. I'm on season 5, going into season 6. It's such a good show. It really is a good show. Hey, Alexander. Alexander says, hi, Kempire. One of my favorites, Keke Palmer's a Cancer rising too. Oh, do we know her moon? Well, Alexander, what I love about Keke is that she's one of the rare people that has a podcast that talks about signs. Like, she's really into it. I think that's where her and I would geek out, talking about our signs. So she's also an earth sign, Virgo. I'm an earth sign. And she has a Cancer rising like I do. I wonder what her moon sign is. I know Alexander's going to find out for me. Not to put pressure on you, but I want to know what her moon sign is. Because that'd be interesting. If it's a fire sign like mine, that'd be really interesting. I saw House of Dragons came back yesterday, but I think I want to wait a couple of weeks just because I don't want to, watching one episode a week is a lot. Oh, Keke has a Sagittarius. She's like me when it comes to the elements. Sun sign is earth, moon sign is fire, and rising sign is water. Also, me and Keke might have a good old time. Hey, Tina, how you been? Season 3 is out now on HBO of House of Dragons. Yeah, I saw it comes up on my thing because I watched the show. So the new episode came out, and I'm like, I kind of want to wait. Oh, Tyrese is a Capricorn, Earth sign. Tyrese, what's your moon? That's really interesting. Thanks, Alexander. Janelle says, I love Game of Thrones too, just not at the U.S. Open. Understandable. Where Serena, the GOAT, the GOAT, is playing. I agree. It must have been hot at the time, like Game of Thrones. But now watching it now, it's such a good show. Yes, House of Dragon came back yesterday. Let me put on my producer hat. Kim, who would you want to interview, and why is it Jennifer Hudson, so you can teach her how to interview? If you're a member of the channel, I did post there asking you guys, who would you guys want to see me interview? So I'll ask now on a public platform, who would you guys, if I was to interview anyone, who would you want to see me interview? It's soon. Don't say Barack Obama, because that's going to take some time. Okay? That's going to take some time. Wait a second, Alexander. I didn't know what your astrological stuff is. Alexander says, I'm a Capricorn sun, Aquarius moon. So that's air. I think Kiki and I would have a good old time too. That Capricorn sun is good for you. What's your rising though, Alexander? So that's Earth, Sun, Air, Moon. Okay, hold on. What you guys are saying? Hold on. Damn, I'm missing all the things here. Hold on. Where is it? Miss Esquire says, I'm ruled by earth, fire, and air, and not a water sign in sight. Ooh, we could tell. Kathy says, Kempire, what are your thoughts on season 3 of The Traitors? I don't want to spoil it for anyone, Kathy, but I did not expect that ending. For those that, you can watch it on Peacock, The Traitors Canada. First of all, I didn't expect Canadians to be so crunk. Season 1, Season 2, great. Season 3, I did not expect that ending. I really expected another ending. I was like, damn. And honestly, it could have been, I don't want to ruin it for people in regards to that haven't seen it yet. But I was like, wow, this could be an epic ending. And then it took a turn. And I was like, damn. Actually, it was a couple epic twists at that end. But that's Traitors. Don Lemon would be good. Don Lemon and I are TikTok friends. Don Lemon would be good. Honestly, I would have a field day with Don Lemon. I would ask him a lot of questions. Did you guys see his new interview with Elon's baby mama? Y'all seen that? She's been doing all the rounds. She's been doing interviews everywhere. How do you guys feel about her speaking out? She basically confirmed that there was election interference. She also confirmed some information about Don Lemon's lawsuit against Elon Musk. You know, they have a lawsuit going on. Kitty says Traitors Canada is exceptional. It really is. And I really love Karine, the host. Karine is giving Alan Cummings a run for his money. She's a great host and great fashions. I didn't love season 2's fashions. The hair in season 2 was terrible. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, Carlos, you guys want to see me and Carl? I think that's got to be a build-up. Because when Carlos and I sit down, you guys are going to blow your minds. I already know. You guys are going to be like, oh my God. Boom. Yes, Brooks, this is vertical streaming. I really enjoyed season 3 of Canada. It was so good. It was. Did you expect that ending? I really was like, no, this is how it was going to end. And then the ending happened. I was like, I did not see that coming. I didn't see it coming. I did see Karamo admitted that he had some work done, and then some of that work. Because remember on Watch What Happens Live just a few months ago, he denied doing work, and then he shamed everyone for making comments about his face and things like that. But only for him to come out later on in the People magazine interview saying that he did do work on his face, and then it got botched. Hey, Greta. Greta's watching on Twitch. Be Ready says Kemp and Carlos, good idea. We'll see. Look, we'll see. RQ says, can't stand Carlos. Some of you on the post tab, the members, you had some really good interview ideas. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly says, thanks for letting us know, but please and thank you for not spoiling it. I'm not trying to spoil it for you guys, but go watch The Traitors Canada on Peacock. And I saw Real Housewives of London is coming to Peacock as well, I believe next month. I will probably recap it. I'll probably recap it. So stay tuned for that. Be Ready says, definitely looks like Karamo did work. I don't know why he would deny doing the work, because it wasn't like he didn't look different. You want me to interview Charles Oakley? I don't really know the sports to be interviewing Charles Oakley like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know. Andy Cohen? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not excited for it either. But we'll see. Honestly, I would rather interview Carlos over Andy. To be honest. They're both air signs, though. He's a Gemini and Carlos is a Libra. I met Dustin. Dustin's amazing. I met Dustin at the Summer House Martha... What's that? Yeah, Summer House Martha's Vineyard premiere party for season 2. Kimberly. Above It All said... Oh, damn. The comments are moving. Above It All says, I watched season 1, but have to watch seasons 2 and 3. Above It All, enjoy. Enjoy. Oh, Garcelle would be a good interview. I kind of wish... Remember, Garcelle was here in New York promoting her book? But remember, that was my birthday week. So I was away. So if anything could have happened, it would have been that week, and it just didn't happen. I wasn't here. I would love to interview Garcelle. I mean, that's definitely something that's been discussed. I'll just say that. That's definitely been discussed. So, time and place. Garcelle is going to have a lot to promote, so we could talk about a lot of different things. Shannon Sharp. Jocelyn, give me your hand. Jocelyn, give me your hand. Shannon Sharp? Why? Why? So I can ask him about the settlement he gave that lady? That girl, I should say. Ciara? You mean Ciara Miller? Or Ciara the singer? Boss, I was thinking Ciara. Are you guys talking about Ciara Miller or Ciara the singer? Did you guys see Kiki Palmer's interview with Ciara and Russell? That was a cute interview. A very cute interview. I love that they, that's one relationship I feel like feels genuine in Hollywood as opposed to some of these other relationships. I wasn't sure at first because they got together really quickly. Shannon who? Shannon Bador? Preston from Martha's Vineyard? Okay. look, okay. Who came to the live show when I interviewed some of the cast from Martha's Vineyard? They all showed up. Not all of them, but a good majority of them showed up. Which Ciara are you guys talking about? KJ from Summer House. I don't, to be fair, I wouldn't turn away an interview with KJ. I just feel like KJ, it's too new. You know what I mean? And KJ is also going through, he's acclimating himself after his recent diagnosis. I said a long time ago, when I know someone's going through something with like mental health, I'm not going to interview them unless they're in that space where they're willing to do interviews and whatnot. But because I've done that before where I've interviewed someone and it was clear that they had like mental health issues. And I was like, ooh, never again. Ciara Miller, okay. I like Ciara. Lexi, I was eating hardo bread. It's Jamaican style bread with a little butter, and I'm sipping tea. Chanel said to interview Cheyenne Bryant. No, thank you. I don't even know what she's become popular for. I would just see her on the blogs for different clips, and then all of a sudden this whole is her doctorate even real came up. So Pinky actually would be a good interview. I wouldn't mind interviewing Pinky. Hey, Janice. We only get Janice in the live chat in the evenings because Janice works. I know a lot of you also work, but when we do a random evening live, Janice will be in the chat. And Janice has been here a long time, since the pandemic. Who's the crazy? Rachel, come on now. You could have worded that better than you did. I wouldn't mind interviewing our Mayor Mamdani. RQ says we don't want Kempire to get cussed out. But who? Wait, who's cussing me out? Lakia, I've interviewed Chanel Ion. You can find the interview on my YouTube. Simon Gobadia, no. that's one interview I turned down. No. Melody Cherie, that's been talked about. Nene Leakes, I'll be open to that. RQ says, I'm at work right now. So I know a lot of you watch while at work, but some people can't. Tyra Banks. I'm not saying I'll be opposed to it. Wendy Acevedo. Wendy can't talk right now, though. And I already know there'll be restrictions to what we could talk about. Nicole says, I would love to see you interviewing Michelle Obama. Me too. I really love the Obamas. And not just because of, people just love them because they love them. I went to Michelle Obama's podcast recording where she talked about her latest book. That couple is just a very inspiring couple. User Foodie says, say his name. No. Amon would be a good interview. Be Ready says Tyra would be good. I mean, of course, especially with everything happening right now. Damn, Toya says Tyra lies too much. Marina says Tyra will take no accountability. Hey, Angela. Oh, Angela, is that pink hair? It's cute. Regina says, stay away, Kemp. Tyra may sue you after the interview. No. Look, no. But we wouldn't do any funny business with the editing. If anything, for me, I would want to keep everything in when it comes to an interview. But sometimes after you do an interview, some of these folks would like, can you take this out, take that out? How are you guys feeling in Atlanta? For those of you, not in just Atlanta, but those of you in Georgia with Keisha Lance Bottoms who's running for governor, what are the odds looking like? Who's she going up against? Is she going up against the governor right now? Would I ever interview Black China? I'm not opposed to it. Because we share a birthday. A exact birthday. Both of us are May 11th. I would want to do that interview in person. I don't really want to do virtual interviews. I want to do it in person if I can. AOC would be a good interview. She's brilliant. Oh, yes, it is pink. It's cute. Let me see what you guys are saying. Ooh, hold on. Angela says, hey, chat. Hey, Kempire. I'm feeling good today. I have left my friend's home that was a Trump supporter. I had to stay with her for a little while. I'm so glad it's over. Oh, my God. Well, I'm glad that you're free. Because I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? Lexi says, I'd prefer a Naomi Campbell interview. I kind of would want to interview Naomi, too. Like, I like Tyra, and I think Tyra's legendary in her own right. But Naomi? Like, girl, let's talk. Epstein. Look. No, I don't think I would focus. I mean, Naomi has a lot more that we could talk about other than the Epstein of it all, okay? I wouldn't mind that interview. Not Mama D. Someone blocked Too Foxy. I'm playing. Not Mama D. I saw Mama D launched what did Mama D launch? A food truck? All of those folks from Love and Hip Hop, don't be surprised you're going to see them all trying to launch something now because they probably weren't stacking up their coins. KK Kitty says, I would love Naomi. Yeah, I feel like there's so much we could talk about when it comes to Naomi. And I used to love her interviews with Wendy Williams. They were always fun. Rachel says Naomi would be epic. I mean, to be honest with you, when you think about it, she's had a legendary career. Lakia says your fave, Jermaine Jackson. I'll pass on that one. I will pass. I'd much rather interview Jafar. Jafar, I love this sweater Jafar had on at the Prada show the other day. Jafar, I'm happy for him. Yeah, Jafar Jackson. Candy's mom, Mama Joyce. I met Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce was sweet when I met her. But she might be sweet because I was raised by a Scorpio mom, so that might be it. Kenya Moore. I could actually make that happen, to be honest. And I'm sure she would do it, too. Look, I'm sure she would do it. You guys, do me a favor if you haven't already. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Today's Casual Live is brought to you by our friends over at MyFitnessPal. So I have to be real with you guys. As you know, I've been using MyFitnessPal for years, but there was a period of time that I stopped using it because I hated logging my meals after a while, especially with trying to go through different versions of the meal that I had, forgetting to log it before I started eating. And then if you don't log it, MyFitnessPal loses its purpose. If it loses its purpose, you stop using it. And then you would get hit with ads. Well, now I've discovered that MyFitnessPal has come such a long way since my first time using it. I'm always shocked at how easy it is to log the meals now. They even had some meals that I didn't think that they would have, like my cassava shakes. They have that, and they have the new flavors. Okay, this is one of my favorite premium features, and it almost feels like cheating. It's called Meal Scan. Instead of typing anything, I just open the camera, point it at my food. This is my nutrition shake right here. And MyFitnessPal actually sees it. It recognizes what I'm eating. One tap, it adds it to my lunch, and it's logged. No searching, no scrolling, no guessing. I just showed my phone what I was about to eat, and it handled the rest. Easy. And look, it instantly updates my day. It already tells me I'm 80% to my protein goal. That's the part that keeps me honest, because I can see exactly where I am in real time. That's MyFitnessPal Premium. It makes staying on top of your nutrition almost effortless. This is me logging a snack today. I'm not typing anything. I just hit barcode scan, point my phone at the protein bar, and there it is. Instantly, the whole thing, 190 calories, my protein, my carbs, my fat, all of it, logged in about 2 seconds. That's it. That's the whole process now. Same thing here. Grab the yogurt drink, scan the barcode, done. It knows exactly what it is. The thing that used to take me a full minute of squinting and searching now takes me the length of one breath. That's the difference Premium makes. And that's the other thing. With Premium, there are no ads, none. And before Premium, I would be trying to log a meal and there would be ads in the way. And things like that are frustrating. You're not going to log your meals. You're not going to want to use the app. And that's really the whole point. And as I said before, your nutrition is the foundation everything runs on. Your energy, your sleep, and your recovery. But only if you stick with it. And you're only going to stick with it if it's easy. And that's exactly what MyFitnessPal Premium did for me. And it can also do it for you. Of course, I've gotten you a discount. Go to podcast.myfitnesspal.com and use code KEMPIRE, all uppercase letters, for 15% off Premium. Same thing that took me years to stick with, you can start this week, and it's easier than ever. More information on MyFitnessPal and your discount will be available in the description. Thanks, MyFitnessPal. And we're back. Shout out to MyFitnessPal. We're just helping myself to a little bit of some food. But we're back. Guys, don't forget the Kempire After Dark live show returns to New York City on September 25th. Ticket information will be available in the description. Don't forget, we are also doing our Pride fundraiser for the LGBT Center here in New York City. 100% of your donation goes to the organization. If you check out any of our last couple of videos, our Real Housewives of Atlanta live that we did earlier today, there will be a donation link surrounded somewhere on the video. So shout out to those of you that donated since then and donated in the past. We appreciate it. Or share our videos if you can't donate. So that's greatly appreciated. Excuse me. All right. I had some watermelon. Oh, excuse me. I had some watermelon. Lord. Okay. All right. Back to this. What were we talking about? Oh, so I was talking about Teresa. Teresa's gearing up for a release of her new memoir, The Queen of New Jersey. Teresa took to Instagram to share her, quote, exciting news regarding her new book. She says, I can't believe it's been almost 9 years since my last memoir. And let me tell you, a lot has happened in those 9 years. I've gone through some of the hardest moments of my life. My divorce, losing my father, learning how to stand on my own after 20 years, dating again, finding love again, falling in love with Louis Ruelas, getting engaged, getting married, and having our relationship tested in some of the most public ways imaginable. Teresa noted that her daughters have grown from little girls to incredible young women. She said, I've been on Dancing with the Stars, House of Villains, Special Forces with Gia, and lived through some of the craziest drama in Housewives history. And for the first time ever, I'm not holding back. Okay. Teresa said that she spent 18 years living her life in front of the cameras, but she insisted there are so many things I've never fully shared. Damn, it's been that long. that Teresa's been in front of our camera in our faces in our lives. She says, in this book, I'm telling my side of the story. The lessons I've learned, the mistakes I've made, the people I've loved, the relationships I've lost, and what I've learned about finding happiness again. And yes, if there's something from the show I've wanted to set the record straight about, you're going to find out in this book. This is the most honest, personal, and candid book I've ever written. Here's the thing with Teresa. First of all, we know she's not writing it, which is fine. None of these housewives, for the most part, write their own books, okay? But when it comes to interviewing and promoting this book, you know it's going to be a mess because she's not very articulate. And this is my Taurus sister, but she's not very articulate. She says, if you want to be among the first to read it, head to, what company is this? Ballastbooks.com and pre-order your signed first edition copy today. Those copies will ship about a month before the general release, so you'll get yours before everyone else. Thank you for always being there for me, supporting me, and growing with me through this journey. I can't wait for you to read The Queen of New Jersey. How do you guys feel about it? Yes, I know a lot of people say that she is the Queen of New Jersey. This cover, though, is giving ChatGPT. It's actually a nice cover, but it's very much giving that. Like, I don't believe she actually sat for a photo shoot and did this. It probably would have come out better if she did. But everybody's talking about the big elephant in the room. The big elephant in the room, it's like, what happened with her daughter, with Melania getting arrested. So Reality Blurb has another exclusive. They said, while Real Housewives of New Jersey world is still reeling over the news that Teresa Giudice's daughter Melania was arrested, details surrounding the situation have remained relatively scarce. Even my sources aren't able to reveal anything in regards to what went down. That's how tight they're keeping it, and I think they're going to talk about it on the new season of Real Housewives of New Jersey. So now an insider has come forward to Reality Blurb to exclusively spill a little more information on what went down. Melania was going at one of her sisters, the source explained. Luis Ruelas got involved to try to stop her or calm her down, and he had to restrain her. While it's unknown if she did hit him, anyone being restrained likely would try to get free, and it's completely plausible he would have gotten hit in the process. Due to the situation going on, another sister got very nervous and picked up the phone and called the cops. At this time, it remains unknown if she did this on her own free will or if Louis instructed her to call the police. An insider previously divulged other details about the ordeal to Reality Blurb, noting that there was an explosive fight in the house where things escalated. There was so much going on that her sister ended up pulling the trigger to call the cops on her. It was out of fear for people's safety and for the fact that Melania was going at multiple people. If you have been watching Real Housewives of New Jersey since they were little kids, Melania, I'm not surprised if Melania has an anger problem at this particular point in her life. I'm not surprised. Okay? So it was reported earlier today that Melania, 20, was taken into police custody by Montville Township Police after her involvement in a domestic incident on May 14th that occurred around 6:12 p.m. Melania ended up getting charged with simple assault and purposely or knowingly causing bodily harm. A court spokesperson spoke to The Sun and revealed that the case had been classified as DV. While hearing was held on May 19th, no plea was entered. To date, Melania, Bravo, and Teresa have yet to confirm directly on the situation because it's going to be a part of the new season. Watch. To date, earlier today, it was reported that Real Housewives of New Jersey cast thinks that Louis was Melania's assault victim. The first question everyone asked was it Louis? An insider dished to Rob Shooter from Naughty But Nice on June 13th. He's very controversial. There we go. So that's where the speculation immediately went. Nobody knows who was allegedly injured, but a lot of people assumed that he would be involved, they continued. Another source added that everyone thinks it is Louis. The secrecy is creating more questions than answers. Filming for Real Housewives of New Jersey season 15 is currently underway, and it remains unknown if this will be a topic on the season or not. Of course it's going to be. All right? Like I said, it doesn't shock me that Melania might have anger issues, but also she might be rightfully entitled to anger issues. Both her parents went to jail when she was a little girl and abandoned her at a very tender age. So she's got some things to be angry about. Yeah, there are rumors that she went to rehab and that apparently the post that she posted on her Instagram for Father's Day wasn't done by her. I don't know. I haven't heard any confirmation about that. And like I said, even my sources have not been able to divulge anything about what's been happening in regards to that. So then there's that. I mean, so that's just today. Yeah, so that's all we got in regards to Melania. They shout out to Reality Blur. They posted this on the 16th. So for those that may have missed what's been going on with Melania. What else, y'all? What else? What else is going on? What else you guys want to talk about before I get off of here? I didn't want to be on here too long. What if she beat up Louis up for her dad? I don't think she beat him up for her dad, but when I heard that it was a domestic situation, I said it's either her sisters, her stepbrothers, or her family, or her parents. So I feel like we will have a better idea season 15. This is great fodder for a season 15. There's a bunch of newbies that are part of season 15. So that should be interesting. I will talk about Real Housewives of Rhode Island more than likely tomorrow if I get a chance. I have a few meetings tomorrow too, so I don't even know if I'll have a chance. I probably should be recording a pre-record right now, but I will try and do it live tomorrow. Okay? Let me see. All right. Thank you guys so much for all of you that have liked the video already. I appreciate it. Thanks for the background. I've not watched that city. Oh, New Jersey. You should watch the early years, MB. The early years of New Jersey were really good. It got really bad towards the end, but the early years of New Jersey were really good. Really, really. It was one of my favorites. It's probably up there as like my top 3. Real Housewives of New York, Atlanta, and New Jersey. Those are like my top 3, to be honest. Q Potato's watching on Twitch says, I really miss Real Housewives of Miami. I'm going to rewatch. Miami, their comeback, I felt like the first 2 seasons of Miami were really good. Season 3 got really and that's why, and when it got canceled, then their season 4, 5, 6, and 7 were really good. But that's with a rebooted cast. And if you are a Club KEMPIRE member, I did spill a little tea on Real Housewives of New York and their filming. And I spilled some Real Housewives of Potomac stuff as well. I heard some more stuff about Potomac. But anyway, guys, get your tickets for the KEMPIRE After Dark live show happening here in New York City on September 25th. Live stream tickets are available as well. Ticket information will be available in the description. I want to say thank you to Factor for sponsoring today as well. Okay, I get it. It's not a new year, but it can still be a new you. As you know, we've partnered with Factor many times, and this is no different. But let me paint a picture for you. Hunger strikes, and you're exhausted. I know it, especially on a busy day. There's something healthy in your fridge or pantry that you should be making, but you don't have it in you. Relatable, right? For me, eating healthy isn't a willpower problem. It's a setup problem until I found Factor. As you know, I have a busy schedule. Sometimes there's breaking news and I do not have the time in me to cook that meal or prepare for that meal. With Factor, I'm hitting my nutrition goals this season without the planning, grocery shopping, or cooking. What I also love about Factor is that you're getting great quality meals, dietitian approved meals. Factor has meals built around your goals, whether that's weight loss, overall nutrition, more protein, or GLP-1 support. For strength and workout recovery, check out Factor's Muscle Pro collection. As I've mentioned many times before, Factor meals are crafted with functional ingredients from lean proteins, colorful veggie, whole foods, and healthy fats. Factor bans 175 plus ingredients, no artificial colors, no sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup, and no refined seed oils. And most importantly, convenience. Ready in 2 minutes, Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door so you have more time for everything you love this spring. Head to factormeals.com/Kempire50off and use code Kempire50off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until September 27th, 2026. See website for more details. More details on Factor and your discounts will be available in the description. Thanks, Factor. And we're back. Shout out to Factor. Who played today, guys, in regards to the World Cup? I have not been keeping up because it's kept me busy. I don't even know how people are able to watch all the games and whatnot. But there's all kinds of watch parties around New York and around the country. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up and watching. I did see that Messi has, of all the 5 goals that Argentina has gotten in the World Cup so far for this World Cup, have all been by Messi. That's so crazy. That's really, really crazy. Let me see something. I did mention to you guys, I know someone just in the chat mentioned Boy George. Did you guys see Boy George clapping back at Dorit? Boy George is not here. I don't know why people are surprised. Boy George was. I don't know if he's still managed by PK, but I figured someone in the comment section joked and said that, I guess we see who got Boy George in the divorce. Who did y'all really think that Boy George was going to go to Brokey Dorit? Come on now. So Dorit had posted something in regards to Father's Day on social media, and Boy George clapped back at her because he felt like it was tacky. Where was it? Hold on. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snark Side. So they write this. They said, Boy George slams Dorit Kemsley over her Father's Day post, addressing Dorit and saying, quote, more truthfully, Rome burnt while you bought handbags. Paige says, hi, Kempire. I'm here now. I had to finish Love Island. See why I can't get into Love Island? It's too much. It's too much dedication. How many days a week it's on? I can't do it. Okay. So Dorit posted this post. It says, about watching the woman raising your child carrying everything alone without real support. This is what she posted on Father's Day. And then it continues. It says, when she's overwhelmed, stressed, and exhausted, it says, your child is quietly absorbing the same pressure every single day. Okay. She says, a real man doesn't sit back with the mother of his child. With the mother of his child breaks down. Okay. What else she said? She said, and still handles both roles by herself. Okay. And the responsibility defines a man more than words ever will. Here go Dorit with the long post. Long-winded, Dorit. Then it says, because actions reveal who he truly is. Leadership isn't control. Who actually sat through this video? Because I can't with Dorit. A man who makes the mother of his child struggle. Is she saying the kids are struggling? Is a complete failure. There's no... Wait. Okay, anyways. So, Boy George reposts this on his Instagram story over the weekend and says, Dorit, question mark? Matter of fact, let me just show it to you. Shout out to Bravo Snark Side. Hold on. Let me just show you exactly what. So y'all don't think I'm making this up. Okay. Guys, keep liking the video if you haven't already. It's an easy, free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels as well. Join our mailing list at thekempire.com/join. Also, you can watch us on thekempire.com as well. Let me show you what exactly Boy George had to say to Dorit. Okay, so this is what Boy George posted on his Instagram story. So Boy George said this, Dorit question mark, and then puts, more truthfully, Rome burnt while you bought handbags. Because that's been the accusation against Dorit in the divorce. There was a lot revealed that she was spending, nearly $2 million, and she spent very little money on the children themselves. Look, I'm not saying that PK is a stellar human being or innocent here, and maybe he could do a lot better. But Dorit, Boy George wants to have a word with you. Okay? Boy George wants to have a word with you. And no one expected Boy George to weigh in. Boy George wasn't done, though. Let me see. So Boy George continues. So Boy George adds PK, and it shows PK. Is this really PK? No, this looks like it's AI of PK eating Doritos. Really, Boy George? What is happening right now? I don't know. It's very interesting because we also saw recently that PK reunited with Ken Todd, Lisa Vanderpump's husband. and they had not really spoken in many, many years because of the rift between Dorit and Lisa Vanderpump, because of Juicy Lucy Apple Cookie. Look, you remember. So, yeah. All right. So that's the update, y'all. That's the update. I saw Garcelle recently said, and you guys got to stop getting mad at Garcelle when people are asking her about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She also has a new book out, so she's doing press. She does talk briefly about her time on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in her new book. So according to Garcelle in a recent interview, hold on, let me play this for you.
Housewife life treating you? I think I already know the answer.
Pretty fantastic. I mean, it's been great. That was great. This is awesome. I get to spend more time with my family. I get to do creative things that I love. And, it's so good.
I love that. And
I get to see Lisa and still be in that world.
I love that your friendship has, outlasted everything.
For those that listen to her new book, she does talk about Lisa Vanderpump and Lisa's relationship with her son Oliver. It actually, her book is really, really good. That's why I was a little upset that I didn't get a chance to really sit down and do an interview with her when she was here in New York, because I was celebrating my birthday. Ooh! So, I got to listen to the book on my way back from Mexico City, and it was really, really good. It was touching because it really wasn't heavy on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It was really about her life, her career, and her lessons from some of the things that she learned from early on, and how the lesson of leaving Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it all was like this full circle moment with it.
And I'm so happy for you, honestly. Congratulations. You heard.
Garcelle is so messy. Garcelle says at the end of this interview, I'll come back if Lisa comes back to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But she knows that Lisa Vanderpump is never going to come back to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I told you, she's not going to come back because she doesn't need to. She has her other shows, on Bravo and on Hulu. So she doesn't need to come back. She can still promote her businesses and things like that. Have you guys gone to her new hotel in Vegas? This where this was the Vanderpump Hotel launch or opening and premiere or whatever it may be. The hotel looks really, really nice. Good for Lisa. Lisa just has continued to win since leaving Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So good for her. Good for her. All right. All right. What else is going on, y'all? What else is going on in the chat? I don't think so, P-Dub. P-Dub says, is Garcelle still with that fine executive from the Goodwill? I don't think so. And she briefly kind of talks about a relationship in the book, and I think it might have been with him. Yeah, so I don't think they're together anymore. We haven't seen them together since. What? Kempire, the Espos have been showing out. Kimmy tried to buck up on Nell. What? And don't talk to me about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I have no idea what y'all talking about. Okay? I have no idea what y'all talking about. I have not watched that show since... I don't even know what season they're on at this particular point. So, and when we were recapping it, I didn't know what season we were on then. Remember, I would always say it's season 20, episode 372. It doesn't make sense over there. So, here we are. Oh, here go Allie. Allie says, I know you don't watch any more Kempire, but you should really look at the clips of Love and Marriage Huntsville to see how your Espos are acting. What are they doing? What is happening? Yeah, they probably so happy that I gave them a name. Okay, Espos rise. See, we made recapping and talking about that show fun. It was never fun for me on Saturday night having to watch that and then get up on a Sunday morning to recap it. Okay. I love having my weekends to myself, and if I do end up doing a video, it's because I want to, or there's a prevalent story. Nicole says her show Survival of the Fittest is coming back on next week on Netflix. Hey, yeah, I didn't see her in the preview. I know she's in it though. I didn't notice that Garcelle's in it, Survival of the Fittest with Michelle. Yeah, but I didn't see her in the preview, but I know she's in it because I know she was in New York filming it. Singer GSC says, I watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I don't know what season we are on either. Okay. I did not watch Blue Therapy. I don't even know what that is. Zero? Magnolia says, you stopped talking about the show in 2024. Did I? Has it been that long already? Magnolia, are you serious? I mean, I've done like little reports. I just did a recent report on Melody. But, okay. The Espos are about to divorce. Wait, Tisha and Marcel? Finally? Look. Just saying. Was it 2024 I stopped talking about this show? It must be. That makes sense. Sharon says this is the last season. Sharon, stop making stuff up. Miss Sharon, stop making stuff up. Okay. Espo's rise and Lockjaw's fall. I can't believe she's still on the show. I cannot believe what's her name. What was her name again? Letitia? What was her name? I forgot her name. Is she still on? I saw a clip and she was still on the show. I was like, okay. So I'm not missing much at all. Oh, Trish? Is that what's her name? Trisha? I don't remember her name. That's how far removed I am from the show. Be Ready says not Tisha and Marceau divorcing. Okay. Denise says finally they should have divorced in 2020. Okay. What's his name? Maurice doing over there? That turned left with that relationship. Trish and Ken allegedly they broke up. They were still together? Oh. Simone says, Kempire, you're not missing anything on that Ratchet show. Ooh. Teresa says, I don't think they're divorcing. I would find it hard to believe that they're divorcing. She's put up with so much with that man. The only way I would see her divorcing that man is if the kids were grown and out the house, to be honest. I don't see her divorcing that man. All right? Okay. Martell was actually taking up for Tisha over Marceau. What are we talking about right now? Divorce is a storyline, please. Oh, P-Dub says. Okay. So it's not real? It's not real? All right. Real Housewives of New York. Did you guys see the story where Carol Raziswell and Cy Silva apparently are having beef during the season? Apparently it's because Cy decided to ask questions about her being in the Epstein files, and apparently she brought it up multiple times throughout the season. So Cy took to her Instagram and posted on her Instagram story as she was getting glam and said, just out here asking the questions that everyone wants to know. Well, if you listen to my Club KEMPIRE episode where I talked about Real Housewives in New York, I heard that the season is not doing, it's boring. I heard this from very reliable sources that the season is not doing well. The newbies are not bringing it. I know Bravo's going to work overtime and try and spin a narrative that, oh, it's going to be epic. I'm not surprised at this particular story being leaked out there. But that's what I heard. And I'm like, not the reboot to the reboot being lackluster. But we'll have to wait and see, because maybe the editing will make it more interesting. I mean, it did for Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Oh. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Okay? We'll talk more about that tomorrow. All right? All right. Anything else, guys, before we go? I talked about a lot. I've talked about a lot already. Foxy Feline Enda says, OMG, I was just about to ask you, is this 2026? Bring back the Duchess. The Duchess? Sai always has questions. What about that divorce? Well, I'm sure she's going to be talking about her divorce. And if you listen to the podcast, Club KEMPIRE Baddies, I also told you about another divorce happening on New York. That one you might not be surprised at, though, because people call that divorce since the reboot. So this is why you should join Club KEMPIRE. I'm spilling tea, or come to the KEMPIRE After Dark live show. I'm sure I'll know a lot more by September 25th. Get your tickets today. There are also live stream tickets available as well. But if you're in New York City, get your tickets for in person. Miss Shara says they need Ashley Darby in New York City. No, we don't need Ashley Darby in New York City. We don't need Ashley Darby in Potomac. Be Ready says editing for Housewives is a lot and leaves us with questions like the Angela and her daughter of it all. That is still a very confusing situation. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. Okay. No, it's not Aaron. It's not Aaron. Oh, Lord. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Nixon 5. Look, Nixon 5. Just saying. We're still celebrating over here. All right. Now I'm glad the bathrobe girl is gone. Jenna Lyons? Lord. See what happens, Jenna? You stayed on the show too long, and now people only remember you as the bathrobe girl, not the icon in the fashion industry that you were at J. Crew. Can you imagine? This is why I feel like certain people should not do reality television when you actually have a career and a legacy. You have a career and a legacy, and now all people remember you for is your stint on reality television. Not the fact that you used to dress Michelle Obama. They only remember you as the bathrobe lady. Wow. Not Jenna at Funky Lines, because you remember she had a little odor problem, too. That's crazy. That's some crazy work. Oh, I didn't get to see it either. 00 says, rest in peace to Peebo Bryson. I didn't get a chance to view his homegoing service today. He was such a gifted vocalist and artist. He was. What a talent. What a talent. What was that song that I liked by him? Oh, my goodness. It was one of his big hit solo singles. Oh, my gosh. I can't. Oh, baby, can you stop the rain from falling? That's all y'all getting. That's all you're getting. May he rest in peace. He really had a phenomenal voice. Really, really had a phenomenal voice. Foxy says, I'm enjoying In the City. I mean, what I've seen of the In the City, I wasn't bored. It wasn't bad. I'm kind of over the whole West and Amanda of it all, though, because, that's all being intertwined with everything else. There's a lot of babies happening over there on In the City. I saw Danielle, her baby was born early. So send a prayer up for Danielle from Summer House and In the City. So her child was born on June 21st, yesterday, at 10 weeks early. Longest day of the year, both solstice-wise and for mom and dad. He's heading to the summer camp at NICU for his first 2-3 months in this world, but mom and dad can't wait to bring him home, hopefully soon. Fitting for his mom, Aiden translates to Fiery One or Bringer of Fire, and she was nothing short of amazing after getting contractions at 10 p.m. on Friday, going to the emergency room at 3 a.m. in Southampton, then getting transferred by ambulance to Stony Brook for a further 24 hours. I'm assuming this is her fiance that's writing this on Instagram. Nurses, doctors, everyone at Stony Brook Medicine are incredible. We are mesmerized by the miracles they perform on a daily basis. Dad was nervous, terrified, sobbing mess, but couldn't ask for a better first Father's Day. Wow. Send a prayer up for Danielle and her baby. Baby was born 10 weeks early. Wow. Okay. On that note, y'all, I've talked a lot. I will try and do Tuesday Takeover tomorrow. So I just have I'm just seeing a bunch of meetings that I have tomorrow. So I will try and fit it in at some particular point. I did, Foxy, we did talk at the top of this live. We did talk about Clive Davis passing away at 94. We also when the news broke, we talked about it during Real Housewives of Atlanta. So rest in peace. All right. Thank you to our King's Guards. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to everyone that liked the video. If you're part of the replay crew, keep liking the video. We talked about a lot. I'm not adding timestamps. If you're here, you're here. If you're watching the replay, fast forward through things you don't want to talk about. But we talked about a lot of stuff in between. Just saying. So like the video. You can also hear this on the Kempire podcast. So subscribe today to that as well. Siryn, yes, you are late for the Atlanta talk. We didn't talk that much about Atlanta, but we did a whole 3.5 hour recap of Atlanta earlier today. All right. Oh, thank you, Mr. Mellon. He said, take your time. If not, just do Wednesday. Okay, excuse me. Y'all heard that? Mr. Mellon Magic said, I can take my day off tomorrow. Thank you. Look, thank you. MB says, not the eye Kempire. Just say. Yes, Q Potato is reminding you guys, she's watching on Twitch. Don't forget to donate to our fundraiser that's happening here on the channel. We literally have now it's 6 days left to raise money for the LGBT Center here in New York City. 100% of your donation goes to the organization. Be sure to, almost 4 hours. I know, Tyrese, we were busy earlier today. Donate. We appreciate. Thank you, Nikki, for the love. And don't forget the Kempire After Dark live show returns to New York City September 25th. Go get your tickets today. Livestream tickets are available as well. All that information, including our sponsors' information, will be available in the description. I'm going to go take a shower and go to bed. It's been a long, long day. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you to our members. And again, thank you to our King's Guards. We appreciate it, y'all. See you later.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.